Sup nerds, I'm CuppaJoey and welcome to another episode of r/quityourbs. That's what I'm calling it, it's established as my canon. Did you know that people go on the internet and tell lies? Let's have a look at what lies they tell. Fruit carving. Quarantine got me learning some weird skills. Now you need to learn how to credit who actually made it, asshole. This is Takahiro Kishimoto's work. So first of all, Takahiro Kishimoto has got a hell of a lot of talent. Like, look at that. It's so neatly done. Like, it is seriously cool, okay? But also, okay, so there are a few ways in which I don't really understand how the OP thought that this bollocks was gonna work. So, first of all, his, like, I hate to say it, but his English skills are the best, but it definitely gives me the vibe of somebody who speaks English as a native language but hasn't quite got some traditional spellings down right. And then, like, the background of the picture has got, like, Japanese writing. Like, you can tell, like, just even from this picture. Like, I know the writing is really small, but you can at least see, like, you can see some of, like, the kanji, even if you can't make out the other, like, hiragana characters and that. Sorry, if anyone didn't know, I'm, like, a linguist outside of YouTube. Language is, like, my main sort of obsession outside of this. So, yeah, you can see that it's a Japanese newspaper behind, so I don't know why they thought that this was gonna work, especially as, like, they're trying to say, oh, quarantine got me learning some weird skills. Also, carrots aren't even a fruit. Like, it isn't, like, even, like, a cucumber or tomato situation. Like, carrots are definitely a vegetable. Oh, man. But, you know, it got 1.1k upvotes compared to the person calling him out only got 232. Maybe that's changed, but, you know, hey, it ended up on Quit Your Bollocks, so what are we complaining about? Would love to chat with some older men, 19 female. Movies, life, interests, any random topic. Don't be fooled, people, this is a 45-year-old man with a cuck fetish. I mean, the one good thing that I can take out of this is that if it is a 45-year-old man and they're asking to talk to older men, then surely it would just be like men of the same age talking to each other. Like, the fact that it says any random topic, like, I think that he's aware that he's going to attract creeps and is, you know, kind of getting his own creepy stuff. I mean, it's creeps chasing creeps. No, I'm not too sure, like, whether this is entirely bad. I mean, it is, you know, lying is bad, but I don't know. This just made me chuckle. But also, why did he think it would work? Like, if you look at the comment, clearly they would have been able to find that out from looking at the post history. I don't know. I mean, maybe people see the, ooh, a 19-year-old female wanting to talk to older men and just don't bother to research. Yeah, sounds about right, actually. Ignore what I said before about it probably not working. Laser beam is dying soon. Very sad. Crazy I had to find out this way. What gets me is, like, the extra clickbaity, very sad. Like, can you imagine if it said anything else like, CuppaJoey is dying soon, very funny? Oh, gosh. Oh no, like, this is a really trashy way to get clickbait. So these were the comments under a clip from an episode of Seinfeld, and it starts off with Red saying this. My buddy Purple saw this show live. They must have done some heavy editing because 90% of the show was Jerry saying things like, remember Newman and no soup for you. Purple walks out 20 minutes into it. How does he know 90% of the show if he walked out? I'm not going to look up Seinfeld tickets, but I imagine they're expensive. Why would he walk out? What did he have better to do? I'm invested too. I have grandkids that have more believable stories, but I'm here for this. Homie walked out and left his wife? Did he just go to a hot dog stand and sit at an outside table? I need more details. Then Red goes, he went and sat in the car and listened to the Dave Ramsey podcast. His wife was super pissed that he left her in there, but she's forgiven him now that they're on the road to financial freedom. And then in the words of Fresh, if you're gonna lie about someone on the internet, don't at them. Purple actually replies, I barely know him. He did some odd jobs around our farm a few years ago and added me on Facebook for some reason. He must think we're made of money or something because we paid him $12 an hour. No way I'm flying to New York City just to walk out of a show though, shaking my head. Okay, so first mistake, starting off with a really obvious lie that people were able to like pick up on straight away. When Black responded to Red with "My grandkids tell more believable stories." Oh my goodness, just made me think of that little kid that like drew on the wall and blamed it on Batman, you know? But yeah, right. So Seinfeld, when Seinfeld was at its prime, it was the highest rated sitcom in America, and if something's that popular, then the tickets are going to be really expensive. Of course, someone's not going to walk out halfway through. And even if it was a bad show, like let's say he was a fan but he went and it was terrible, like you're not going to walk out halfway through because you've paid for the tickets. You're going to stick it out to the end, and then at least if you have a complaint, you can say, well, I didn't like it for A, B, and C reasons. You know, you don't just leave and say, well, I didn't enjoy the first part I saw, so I left. You know, like it doesn't make any sense. Second mistake. Oh, right, okay, this is the part where I don't know what's like more cringe, what's more, I felt a lot of secondhand embarrassment here. First of all, the fact that Red tagged Purple in the light. Okay, so he could have just said, oh yeah, I had a friend who did this, and you know, nobody would have been able to point out where he's wrong. Like they would have been like, not believable, but they wouldn't have had like exact proof that he was talking crap. But oh no, the fact that Red actually tagged Purple in it. Also, like, side note, I really hope that when I call people things like red and blue and purple, that you're all just like imagining the playable characters from Pokemon. Just like bollocks, I choose you. Haha, Red, your bollocks is no match for my irredeemable proof. Sorry. Oh, God. Oh, and I messed up. I stumbled over my words there, but it was worth it for that stupid joke. Okay, anyway, the other thing. The other issue with this is the fact that the guy said like, oh, we just hired him a while ago. I don't know why he had to be on Facebook. Oh no, like it's that thing, you know, like when you talk about how one person is your best friend and then that best friend talks about someone else, like when you're a kid, you know, and you're like, this person's my best friend, and then when they have another friend, it's like, I have been betrayed. Oh, I feel bad that this guy thought that there was a friendship when there doesn't seem to be one. But oh my god, the fact that like he calls him his buddy, and like this guy's like, hey, we're not buddies, stop lying about me. Oh god. I was taking a picture through my window and this happened. Wow, your American apartment looks over Eastern Europe. Impressive. On the plus side, that's one giant tit right in your face. Again, why do you need to create this story behind it when you had to be, oh wow, look, I created this, are they cool? Like, if you found a picture and you think it's really neat, just share it. I just finished this oil painting of Kanye. Thoughts? Also think you forgot to check the watermark down there, bud. What are you talking about? That is my signature, you brain-damaged effing potato baby. Unzip yourself. Cringe. Cringe indeed. Oh my god, no. Oh, like, who has the signature? PortraitAI.com. Is that another one of Elon Musk's kids? Oh, you know, they call me PortraitAI.com. Oh god, oh. Okay, my thoughts are that the person is clearly a teenager, like a young teenager. Like, I don't like this. I definitely think that this is a minor because they seem like they really want to get those, you know, those internet clout points, you know? But don't seem to have figured out, like, not only is it kind of obvious when people use a filter, you know, because it was the same like with the Jacksepticeye post in the last video that I did, that, you know, they always look like pretty much bang on like the photo as opposed to like a realistic version of them. And, you know, when it's that close, it actually loses some of the artistic integrity. Well, not for obviously the integrity, but I mean, like, the what makes it look good, the artistic aesthetic, so to speak. But oh my god, to actually say that your signature is PortraitAI.com, no. Oh, and like the fact that they got so like defensive over it, brain damaged potato baby. What does unzip yourself mean? Like, what's he calling? Hey, dude, you're a compressed file. Like, what? Oh, gosh. Oh, the secondhand embarrassment is strong on this one. Oh, it's been great this episode. I was hired in pterodactyl tits last night and said extra crust instead of extra cheese. Did you steal the pic from this guy? 2 days before yours? It's all good, this post was hella funny, but give credit. This picture was literally all over the internet. I just made a meme, relax. You also added your watermark to a picture that's not even yours. Oh man, so like, first of all, I do hate it when people go, oh dude, I was so high that I like did this silly thing like that. Like, the most that's gonna happen if you like smoke a load of dope and then try and order a pizza is that halfway through the order you're gonna completely forget what it was you were ordering. Or you just keep putting it off. Like, yeah, no, you don't do the whole, dude, I asked for extra crust accidentally, dude. Like, I just find it quite embarrassing. Also, like, I can't read Cyrillic, so I don't know what the Russian, I assume it's Russian, I might be wrong, but I can't read what the Russian says, I just know that it's in Cyrillic, so if anybody does know what that says, then, like, please let me know, like, is it a similar joke, or were they like, oh, the pizza place messed up or something? Like, the way that this guy tried to, like, pass off his crappy, dude, I was so high joke with a stolen picture, like, off as a meme, like, that's not what a meme is. A meme isn't just a funny picture. There's a structure, you see it all the time, and it's like, oh, it's that meme, oh, where's this meme come from? You know, it isn't just like a stupid picture with a comment along with it. But yeah, he added his watermarks of all this. Dude, it's just all over the internet, I don't care, like, why did you put your watermark? Like, and again, it's just like stealing stuff for internet clout. I mean, the original post is like funny, like, oh, look, so much crust. I mean, actually, that looks like it's the flavored crust, which is like, damn good, so, you know, I probably wouldn't even mind this pizza, just give me that dip, you know? Just like, give me 4 dips with an extra dip and we'll be fine. I'll munch down on that sod. But, like, adding his watermark so he wants all credit to come back to him. And dude, like, come on. Again, for, like, internet clout, you know? Autographed Kurt Cobain Funko Pop, very rare. $800. Genuine, no lowball offers. Autographed by who? Kurt Cobain. LMAO, do you have a time machine? He's been dead for 25 years. I don't know, he must have signed it before he died. Do you want to buy it? Funko Pops have only been around since 98. He died in 94, Lamau. So, I'm gonna, like, call in another little quit your bollocks there. The Funko Company has been around since 98. However, Funko Pops, have only existed since, I think, 2010. I just checked my infinite source of information, Wikipedia, which says that in 2011, Funko began selling their pop vinyl line of figures. Like, there was another one where, like, somebody posted a picture of him on Instagram and, like, a company was like, hey, we would love to work with you. Like, so just what? I don't know why it's always Kurt Cobain. Like, it seems that a lot tend to go for him as opposed to, like, you know, Jim Morrison or Amy Winehouse, for example, or any other sort of, or even Prince, you know. It's always Kurt Cobain that people try and bollocks over. You know, I actually said the other word originally, which I've now had to edit out. Yeah, stop bollocksing over Kurt Cobain, I guess is the take from this. So I just noticed this while editing the video, but if you look at the signature up close, you can see that it's embossed on the box. So what did they think he was signing with? My wife is a nurse and we live in a red state. Side note, for those outside of the US, a red state means a state that is currently held by the Republican Party. She feels that wearing a mask significantly reduces the spread of the virus. I went to Sam's Club tonight with a face covering and was able to buy everything on my list. Weird how little it impacted my ability to shop. I am a nurse and I disagree, so not all nurses and doctors share that opinion. I'm sure you have a medical license. And then it's this screenshot of her. Okay. Oh god, so yeah, let me read this out. Divine intervention, DNA healing, crystal healing, life coaching, light language, sacred geometry, #energy. So I actually decided to fact check this one. And when I say fact check, I don't mean the medical side of it. I think that we should all be listening to what medical advice we are given by the experts in this current climate, but I'm not going to, patronize my audience's intelligence by telling you stuff that you should know already. Instead, what I fact checked was whether or not this Karen account was legitimate, because on Quit Your Bollocks, this was actually voted as there being no proof, because Twitter accounts can be faked. So I decided to look up this Twitter account, and oh boy, it's legit. Okay, so first of all, her name is Karen. Okay, so the title of this post was "Her name is even Karen." Her name is Karen. Obviously, I've blocked her out, the rest of her URL for confidentiality reasons. I don't want people to go and hate upon this person because of this video, even though, she's giving really, unhelpful and potentially dangerous advice in this climate, while pretending to be a nurse. Which, I'm pretty sure that faking a medical license is illegal, even if it's just for Twitter clout even. But anyway, I'll move on. This account is legit, and the reason that I know it's legit is that if you look, it says joined in June 2013. And it turns out that the first use of the word Karen in order to mean, an entitled older white woman, only begun in late 2017. And originally this account, it joined in 2013. I did have a little look through the history, and it was mostly stuff about healing energy and crystals and light and, all of the standard stuff that you expect from these people that are ending up, selling you overpriced essential oils for medical care, And then towards around 2016, she started going on with loads of pro-Republican, pro-Trump stuff. So yeah, unfortunately this person is legit. This person is faking being a nurse and coming up with that's the thing, is that people like this tend to lie. So many people go, oh well, I am such and such, and I believe that's well, no you're not. It's the kind of people that you get on Alex Jones. There's that one guy that claimed that he was a doctor that had been to this one quite prestigious medical schools, and it turned out that he had only been there for a week on this one very short course which just happened to be there. So I'm always really skeptical about right-wing leaning people that claim to be medical professionals. Imagine being the kind of person that fakes being a nurse online in order to risk people's lives so that you can make sure that whatever an ice cream shop is open earlier than before. It's the selfishness of it, So this is from r/PewDiePie submissions. And we've got another case of some stolen art. But you didn't even draw it. It's stolen. It's not even supposed to be PewDiePie, it's Justin Bieber. How do you know? Oh wait, you don't. I drew it, you didn't. Now shut up, kid. How do I know? It's because it's easy to do a reverse image search. And that's what it comes to. So many people don't realise, it's really easy to figure out if this picture's been posted anywhere else. You get a lot of people that are like, wow, I did this, kind of like the carrot guy from before, as if it was, it wouldn't be easy to find out who the actual artist is. I mean, sometimes it is tricky, sometimes you gotta search through. Especially if there's been lots of reposts, but that's besides the point. What the point is that why would you try and claim this is yours? I'm sorry, oh man, I'm sorry, but one, I thought it was Justin Bieber when I saw it, and two, it's not even a good Justin Bieber. Why would it be a good PewDiePie? I'm sorry. I shouldn't be so nasty, but I've not really got much art skill at all. I'd probably do something of this caliber, but I'm not, why would you think people would be impressed by this? Especially when you're trying to claim it someone it's not. Oh man, but it's PewDiePie. The audience is gonna be really young. I wonder if the guy saying "shut up, kid" is a 13-year-old used to say that to 9-year-olds. Oh god. Oh, it's It's just so weird. It's just so weird. If you're gonna claim art as if you're gonna be an art thief, why? Maybe it's because they don't know I'm gonna call them out on stealing it. Worst job ever, made bike worse, had to take it back and pay more when I spent 40 quid on it. Hi Red, thanks for the review, albeit I'm a little disappointed. This is the BMX, I assume. Well, you came in asking for a new chain and 2 inner tubes to be fitted, which I did. Prior to this, in brief inspection of the bike while you were there, we discussed other issues, the wobbly bottom bracket, the bent wheels, and the brake which was not connected, and you said you would fix that. You wanted the bike by a certain time on the same day. Again, I managed to do this and you collected and we discussed the issues again. I explained that the bike would not work correctly and you took the bike away. You did return with the bike, as you say above, but it was for another puncture. I actually fixed this for free at no extra cost, so I'm confused when you say took it back and pay more. Your bike was in poor condition when you brought it in, and I certainly did not make the bike worse. Feel free to come back in to discuss the matter. You know, I know exactly what happened here. Like, I can tell exactly what happened just by the way that the owner of the shop spoke about the situation. So this isn't like one of those trolls where they randomly make up a bad review for a small business. Again, I don't know why they do that. The only reason that I can actually think of somebody doing that is if they own a rival business nearby and they really don't want people to go there. That's the only reason that I can think of randomly leaving an incorrect bad review on a small business's website. I mean, don't do it even if you have a rival business, you know. What I can tell happened here is that this guy had a terrible bike. He thought that he could pay a certain amount to just magically make it better, but he clearly could not. And he's not happy that it didn't go in this way that he had imagined in his head. So he decided to leave this crappy review, which, you know, I mean, I'm glad that, like, owners of businesses can actually, you know, respond now, you know, the fact that he said, no, that's not what happened at all, this is what happened, you know, fair play. It's been 4 years since he died. 31st of April 2016 to 31st of April 2020. It's been a whole 4 years since he died. This is so sad. R.I.P. to Harambe, the big chonker gorilla. Harambe died on May 28th, you dumb effer. Stop lying for karma. Can confirm. There's one every week. It's saddening when some of us look forward to May 28th each year. Then OP comes back with, damn, this is fake. Stop karma farming. The OP didn't even realise there is no April 31st. Just in case you delete these comments later, OP. Okay, tell me what you think is worse. The fact that they, like, made a karma farming post with a deliberate mistake in it, just so that they could then pick themselves up on it, but, you know, didn't switch accounts. Which is quite funny because, you know, if they were going to get karma for it, it's not going to go on the account that clearly they want it to go on. But, like, the bollocks aside here, like, the lying and all of that aside, what gets me is this comment right here. Some of us look forward to May 28th each year, what the hell? Like, I'm sorry, but why? What, like, I understand that, like, Harambe was a big thing, and I know that, like, I don't just mean, like, in size, I'm not just saying, yeah, he's a big gorilla. No, but I mean, like, I know that the story got to a lot of people, and I know that there were some people that would still be quite upset about it, but why would you look forward to the death day? Like, oh no, like, it's just so weird. Like, that's what I don't get. Why would you go, oh boy, I can't wait until the day that gorilla died so that we can talk about how the gorilla died on that day? It's weird. Oh, well, you know, at least it's their cake day, I guess. Well, that's a wrap on this episode of r/QuitYouBollocks. I hope you enjoyed it. Do let me know which one was funniest. And again, as I say at the end of every video, if you enjoyed this subreddit or want to hear from any other subreddits, then please just let me know in the comments and I will see you all next time.